Good evening and welcome to everyone. I want to start with an invocation, and Tim was supposed to give this, but he couldn't be here tonight, so I'm going to do it, and we'll do O Hidden Life, the universal invocation. And I think we'll do the, I will say it, and then you can repeat it the way that we do that, okay? O hidden life, vibrant in every atom.
O hidden light, vibrant in every atom.
O hidden light, shining in every creature.
O hidden light, shining in every creature.
O hidden love, embracing all in oneness.
O hidden love, embracing all in oneness.
May all who feel themselves as one with thee know they are therefore one with every other.
May all who feel themselves as one with thee know they are therefore one with every other.
Thank you. Okay, well, tonight is pretty light. I am going to explain a few things, and then we're going to play a game, and then we're going to leave. So first thing is the fourth International TOS conference was held in Singapore. That was in 2018. And in Singapore, we had 67 delegates from 18 countries. Tonight, we have 121 delegates from 22 countries. So I thought. Okay. So the first thing that I'd like to tell you about is the bag that you have. This bag is quite cool. These were made and donated to the conference by the TOS in Italy, and I thank them for that. Thank you. And you're going to be getting a little paper that talks about this. Handmade with love, introducing our refined, handcrafted vegan bags impressed in Italy on organic cotton. And then it talks about, the bag is a testament to the environment and all of that. So that's that. Inside the bag, you will find a lapel pin. Easy to miss because it's small. These were donated by the TOS in India. So, that's our emblem. Then the other main thing is the Theosophical Order of Service Handbook. And I can't remember now if this is the 4th edition. Yes, this is the 4th edition of the handbook. And it has been redone. Some of the articles, if you have one of the older ones, some of the articles are the same, but we also have newer articles by Tim and me and Diana Dunningham-Chapelain, who most of you know. She was the international secretary before me, and Deepa Padi. Those are the new articles. They're in here. And other things in here are, like I said, they are the same. It has emblems that can be used. It has invocations that can be used. There is a meditation on peace, a list of all of the United Nations related activities and the days, fundraising ideas. One of the main things, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow, that you'll find in here that is new is the bylaws. Because one of our goals, things that we were supposed to be doing in this past 7 years, was to get bylaws and to become registered as old as the TOS is, and it was started in February 1908 by Annie Besant. And one of the things that never happened was that it was never registered anywhere, not in any country. So we have done that now, and the TOS is registered in the state of Illinois as a nonprofit in the United States. And we have bylaws, and they are in the booklet. I was asked from TOS Pakistan, brought some of these little bags with some information about the TOS in Pakistan. And he doesn't have enough for everybody, he has about 50, but if you see him and you would like to see this information, he can give it to you. So to start out with, I would like to ask our host country, president of the CTA, Canadian Theosophical Association, Robert Béland, to say a few words.
So, good evening, Nancy. Good evening, all the delegates. Thank you. So, good evening. Approximately 120 delegates who are giving us the pleasure to join us for the 5th annual conference of the Theosophical Order of Service. We have just completed our congress towards inner perception and wholeness, our role in shaping the future. If you are like me, you are probably overflowing with positive emotion, but also with inspiration and the desire for action. During these few days, I invite you to allow yourself to be imbued with the breadth and the depth that this act of service can take on. You have surely already reflected on this many times in your life, but just as with study and meditation, it is always good to delve a little deeper. Since whatever we do in life, even when we believe we are doing nothing, we are in fact performing an action, I would invite us to reflect together on how these actions can be transferred into service. You know that most of the action we perform are in fact service. When we go to work, when we are rendering service to someone, when we are preparing the meal, we are rendering service to other members of our family. But as you well know, the Theosophical Order of Service speaks to us of a service that is more global and deeper than all the daily action that are also part of it. And this is, I think, is an important subject for meditation. How can we, whatever our level, ensure that each of our action is a service to the work of the Master? As I said in the introduction of the Congress, whether our role is great or small, no one is without power. I believe it's important to know that the same is true for service. We can never know the effect of a service, however small it may seem. And sometimes a single word, a single kind look can save a life. Also, to quote Louise Otis, pioneer of mediation, who brought this system of mediation born into Quebec to the world, she tells us, let's eliminate the I. It is us. We together. We are the same is true. and the same is true for service. Obviously, as you know, we don't render service for ourselves, but I would even say that for service to be maximal effective, it must not be rendered by the personality, but by the real being that we are, and must also be part of a plan, since in fact, we are all one. I wish you the greatest inspiration for this fifth annual conference of the Theosophical Order of Service. Thank you.
It has been, as Tim and others have kept saying this week, the planning, we've known about this whole conference and what we were going to do for 3 years. The planning has been 2 years in the making. And in the beginning, we were all saying, oh, 2 years, 2 years. And then it was here. It was just amazing how that happened. Of course, as those of us who are older know, that gets faster and faster all the time, and that kind of passage of time. But it really took a lot of people and a lot of effort and hard work to get this whole thing together. And we had an ADR team and a Canadian team, and we worked together. And the Canadians especially have been absolutely incredible. The amount of work they took on, things that I would not really even have expected them to do, they did. Buying flowers, figuring out tablecloths, getting volunteers, what these people are going to do. The AV team, and we have AV team people from around the world, from Germany. Richard is from Germany. George joined the AV team, he's from Australia. Steve is from the United States. Mary is from Canada. I don't know your name.
Mark.
Mark, where are you from?
Estonia.
Oh, Estonia.
Estonia.
Wow. Mark is from Estonia. And then we have Tobias from Italy. Yeah, and I hope I didn't forget anybody. But just incredible. And Benoit has been sort of a stage manager type role, taking care of everything. They stuffed the bags, they sat at the registration table, they policed the meals because, we had a lot of people that not everybody signed up for meals, but, yes, we won't go there. To me, it is absolutely incredible, the work that they have done. Okay, and next I would like to ask Martine. Martine is the director of the TOS in Canada.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, chers délégués et distingués invités, bonsoir. Je vais commencer en français, and I will say my speech in English also. But if you don't mind, I will be first in French. Nous vivons présentement une occasion incontournable de vivre l'expérience de fraternité. L'événement du Congrès mondial de la ST et de l'OST est en effet très important, car riche en vibrations vitales qui permettent de consolider l'esprit théosophique en récompense des efforts fournis tant dans nos groupes d'études que dans l'administration de la société. Depuis quelques jours, nous prenons conscience de l'universalité du précieux enseignement théosophique. Ce nouvel avatar incarné dans un groupe de spiritualité universelle pour diffuser la sagesse, la lumière et l'amour dont l'humanité a tant besoin. Il nous appartient donc d'unir nos voix et nos actions en faisant écho à notre héritage théosophique. Quand vous voyez quelque chose qui ne va pas, vous pouvez le dire vous pouvez agir. C'est la forme la plus authentique d'empathie et probablement du service cher à Madame Béland. Ne pas se contenter de ressentir, mais agir. Non seulement pour nous-mêmes ou nos proches, mais pour notre communauté et ainsi pour toute l'humanité. Qu'est-ce que vous avez dans le cœur? Qu'est-ce qui vous motive pour faire le bien, le mieux et le merveilleux? Je crois que c'est dans le silence de l'enracinement de chacun de nous, en la sagesse divine éternelle, en la foi de la pérennité de la mission qu'Annie Béland a insufflée au monde, une vérité ancienne, mais toujours et plus que jamais d'actualité, qui résonne au-delà des frontières, des contextes géopolitiques et sociaux instables et anxiogènes. Nous sommes tous en quête d'équilibre, de simplicité, mais surtout d'humanité. L'OTS nous permet de nous responsabiliser face au drame, à la tragédie humaine qui se joue à nos portes, en écho aux autres partout sur la planète. Et le plus important dans l'équation, et nous le pensons tous, c'est le nous. Puisque le principe de fraternité universelle est le fondement même de la théosophie, chacun doit étudier, méditer, servir, comparer et réfléchir par lui-même, sans imposer son point de vue à quiconque. La vérité ne s'impose pas par une force extérieure, elle se révèle à ceux qui ont sincèrement le cœur ouvert et l'esprit curieux du chercheur infatigable du fondement divin de l'existence. La quête de sens est intérieure dans une cavité du cœur, mais pas nécessairement transcendante. Être théosophe ne change pas qui vous êtes, mais cela révèle qui vous êtes vraiment, et ceci au-delà des personnalités. Et si nous voulons maintenir vivante la possibilité du progrès spirituel à notre époque, nous devons créer cette lueur d'espoir qui illuminera notre communauté, nos proches, nos voisins et nos lointains. Nous sommes tous des êtres compatissants, résilients, inspirants et honnêtes, dont le destin est lié à celui des autres, car cette unité du tout est dans le nous, dans la diversité de cet écosystème. Il est grand temps que nous puissions refléter cette vérité universelle. Soyons attentifs aux échos de notre humanité. Même si notre époque semble remplie de choses, de gens terribles, de chaos indescriptible, qui semblent ne pas faire de sens, regardez autour de vous. Il y a tellement de bonnes personnes autour de nous, généreuses et désarmantes dans la simplicité du cœur, qui ne demandent rien en retour que l'espoir de porter l'étendard du nous. C'est la souveraineté de la beauté du monde. C'est un hymne à la beauté du monde. So now I'm going to put my glasses to read in English. D'accord. Alors, dear delegate and distinguished guest, good evening. We are currently experiencing an unparalleled opportunity to embrace the spirit of fraternity. The event of the World Congress of the TS and the TOS is indeed very important, as it is rich in vital vibration that helps consolidate the Theosophical spirit in recognition of the effort made both in our study groups and in the administration of the society. In recent days, we have become aware of the universality of the precious Theosophical teaching, this new avatar embodied in a group of universal spirituality to spread wisdom, light, and love that humanity so desperately needs. It is therefore up to us to unite our voice and actions by echoing our Theosophical heritage. When you see something wrong, you can say it. as well as you can act. This is the most authentic form of empathy and probably the service dear to Mrs. Béland. Not just feeling, but acting, not only for ourselves or our loved one, but for our community and thus for all humanity. What do you have in your heart? What motivates you to do good, better, and wonderful things? I believe it is in the silence of each of us, rooting ourselves in eternal divine wisdom, in the faith of the perpetuity of the mission that Annie Besant instilled in the world. An ancient truth, but always and more than ever relevant, resonating beyond borders, unstable and anxiety-inducing geopolitical and social context. We are all in search of balance, simplicity, and above all, humanity. The TOS allows us to take responsibility in face of the dramas of human tragedy that is playing out at our doors in echoes to others all over the planet. The most important thing in this equation, and we all think so, is the we. And universal brotherhood can exist only within the diversities of its ecosystems. Since the principle of universal brotherhood is the very foundation of theosophy, everyone must study, meditate, serve, compare, and reflect for themselves without imposing their point of view on anyone. Truth is not imposed by an external force. It is revealed to those who sincerely have an open heart and the curious mind of the tireless seeker of the divine foundation of existence. The quest for meaning is internal, in a cavity of your heart, and not necessarily transcendent. Theosophy demonstrates to us the possibility of unlimited development of the consciousness of a man's journey towards the ultimate reality. Being the theosophist does not change who you are, but it reveals who you really are beyond personality. And if we want to keep alive the possibility of spiritual progress in our time, we must create this glimmer of hope that will illuminate our community, our loved one, our neighbors, and our distant ones. We are all compassionate, resilient, inspiring, and honest human beings whose destiny is linked to that of others because this unity of all is in the we. It is high time that we reflect this universal truth. Let us be attentive to the echoes of our humanity. Even if our time seems filled with things, terrible people, and indescribable chaos that seems to make no sense. Look around you. There are so many good people, generous and disarming in the simplicity of the heart, who ask for nothing in return, with the hope of the we. It is the sovereignty, that's a word. It is the sovereignty of the beauty of the world. It is a hymn to the beauty of the world. Thank you. Have a nice evening. I hope you have a good TOS Congress.
Thank you, Martine. That's beautiful. And I would like to point out that on page 7 of the handbook, the little piece that Martine said, being a theosophist does not change who you are, but it reveals who you really are. And if we are to keep alive the possibility of spiritual progress in our time, we must create that crack of light that will illuminate our community, our relatives and friends, our neighbors, our distant ones. We are all compassionate, resilient, honest people whose destiny is linked to that of others, and it is high time that we can reflect this universal principle. I put this into the handbook. It came from the annual report of the TOS Canada from this past year. I did not realize that you yourself wrote it, or I would have credited you, and I did not ask permission. But yeah, and yeah. So anyway, that what Martine said is in the handbook for.
Change my speech then.
No, it's wonderful to point it out for posterity.